In today's video, I wanted to explain about my thoughts and experience in visiting Andaman for you to consider before visiting Andaman. I landed first in Veer Savarkar International Airport. From there, I headed to Cellular Jail. The time I visited Andaman was very sunny. It was on the month of November. The Cellular Jail is frightening to see even in that broad sunlight. There were many signboards inside the Cellular Jail which says to remain silent because of the souls which suffered a lot inside that prison. The escape from that prison is almost impossible. That's why many prisoners committed suicide within that jail. These statements are all documented inside the jail. If you have time, you can read through and understand the difficulties, the history of the prison. I saw many people leaving their footwear outside and sitting in and meditating. The Cellular Jail has light show at night. This show will give you a glimpse of how the prisoners suffered inside the Cellular Jail. There is a panopticon at the center from where you can view the entire wing of the Cellular Jail. And near the entrance, you can see the miniature version of the entire Cellular Jail layout. Few of the wings were demolished, but in the miniature version you can see how the Cellular Jail looked before. Next we went to the Corbin Cows Beach. Andaman is famous for water sport activities. These kind of water sports are available in Goa as well. I have seen that. Next day we started early in a ferry to Havelock Island. We went in a private ferry. It was quite fast. The ferry was nice. We could see lots of small islands on our way to Havelock. Havelock is unique for the beaches. The color of the Havelock beach sand is unique, and there are a lot of small creatures living on the shore. If you are an animal enthusiast, you can catch and play. Havelock also has water sport activities. The place I stayed in Havelock had a private beach which was very awesome. We can rent scooty in Andaman for 1 day or 2 days, but the GPS navigation system in Andaman is not very great. The location is not very accurate, but you can manage it. Havelock has only 2 fuel stations. Radhanagar Beach and Kalapathar Beach are on the same coastline. There is no much difference between Radhanagar Beach and Kalapathar Beach in terms of beach sand and sea corals. I stayed 2 days in Havelock Island and only 1 day in Neil Island, but I wish to stay 1 more day in Neil Island because the beaches in Neil Island was very nice compared to Havelock. Next we went to the Neil Island. Neil Island is a small island compared to Havelock, but it's very beautiful. I have visited local markets in Havelock and also Neil, but what I could see is the vegetables available in the market are not fresh. The potatoes are all sprouted. I couldn't see any fresh vegetables in the market. The beaches in Neil Island is bit unique compared to Havelock Island. There are mats available in the Neil Island beaches. You can pay it and use it for 1 or 2 hours. You can lie down, relax. I took some good time lapse in the beach. Then I returned to Port Blair again. In Port Blair I visited some museums. Photography are not allowed in those museums, so I didn't take photos. I think it's fair because the government wants people to see an experience in straight rather than looking into photo. We can see a glimpse of how the tribal people lived and how they constructed the houses, what are all the equipments they are using, how they hunt. Those things can be seen in that museum. There are documentary videos as well available. You can watch it and understand all the tribal people who are living in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The main tribal people are Jarawas, Ongre, Shompen and Sentinelese. In my experience, everything in Andaman is very expensive. You can take beach photo shoot as well in the Radhanagar beach in Havelock. Both Havelock and Neil Island are very small island. You can take a bike and roam around the island. Andaman is quite big compared to other islands, small islands. There are a lot of islands. There is also a museum in Port Blair where you can see different sizes of sea corals and the names of the sea coral shapes. Andaman is quite big compared to other islands, small islands. There are a lot of islands. I didn't visit the north part of Andaman. There might be a lot of things to explore and understand the culture. Finally, my conclusion is, if you want to understand about the tribal people and to understand the history of Andaman, it's definitely worth visiting Andaman.